I was with a customer the other day, and one of the concerns they had was that at certain locations, they only have one internet link that is very unreliable. Sometimes it can go down for a couple of days. And they were slightly concerned that for the duration of the outage, they will not be able to get to the camera system that they were installing and pull the footage. Remember that the Verkada cameras do record on themselves and can also locally stream to a viewing station, and that also works when the internet is down. But because of the way that the footage is indexed, you will still need the cloud to look at historical footage. So what to do? Obviously, you can go to your local suppliers and see if you can get a new internet line to have it as a backup. But what if this is not a possibility? There are places within the UK, and I'm sure the other sides of the world, in which you only get the one provider providing you one link. So even if you get to a second vendor, most likely they will actually resell the same circuit that has issues, and both of your lines will go down at the same time. Well, I have some great news for you, because if you're in this situation, now our cellular gateway, the GC31, has a new mode called the WAN failover mode. Remember how the GC31 looks like, right? So you get the box itself, it comes provisioned with a Verkada SIM and has a secondary SIM port. So it's really up to you if you want to use the Verkada plan or kind of use your own SIMs in an active standby scenario. And also has two downstream ports that can provide up to 60 watts of connectivity. So the idea here is that you have an area without any internet connection, but you still have good 4G. You'll put one of these gateways in, connect one or two cameras or one or two devices, or even let's say a switch, and connect multiple devices downstream. And then here you have it, right? So you can bring a site that has no connection up and running. But in this case, we do have a connection. So what we're going to do is that with the WAN failover mode that's available across both the indoor and the outdoor variants, we'll configure the downstream port number 2 as a wide area network port. So the gateway in itself will expect internet connectivity to be provided with a wired link. It will use that as a primary way of communication, because again, in most scenarios, wired links tend to be slightly more performant and cheaper. But in case that wired link goes down, so it can happen locally or it can happen a few hops away, we're actually using our own testing mechanisms to understand that there are upstream issues. The failover will happen and the cellular gateway will now use its 4G connection. So all your devices downstream will be plugged in into port number 1. Your link to your provider router will be in WAN number 2, and then you'll be using either your own or Verkada's SIM in order to provide a failover in case the WAN port goes down. This is available as of now to all the Verkada clients. So if you log into Command, if you're an existing GC31 customer, you'll see it there. And if you're new to this, I do suggest either getting in touch with us, dropping me a comment, or getting a free trial.